Hello everyone. Alex is the only child in a family of poor immigrants. He enjoys spending time on the computer and quickly learns how to make money on the internet, which is still largely unregulated by laws. However, his ambition takes him too far, and he finds himself at the center of the black market and hacker attacks that dominate world news. The film is based on real events. Alex and his parents move from Ukraine to Canada. Unable to afford real estate, they end up in London, Ontario, a Canadian backwater. Even there, they live paycheck to paycheck. His mother works tirelessly as an accountant at a bank, and his father has never been able to integrate into the society of their new country or make any close friends. Alex also struggles with communication, and his mother's computer becomes his only friend. He quickly shifts from games and various other distractions to programming and studying the banking system. His idols are people like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. He dreams of changing the world for the better, just like them. As a schoolboy, he discovers ways to make money online from the comfort of his own home. However, this is not enough to truly make a difference or to earn money for higher education, which is very expensive in Canada. Meanwhile, his parents remain unhappy and continue to quarrel over their difficult living conditions. One day, Alex hears news on TV about a hacker attack on the stock markets by someone named Zed and his dark web organization. Zed's message was broadcast on every news channel worldwide. When the boy returns home, he finds his mother very upset and in tears. She has been laid off from her job at the bank, and now the family is facing eviction. They have no savings to continue making mortgage payments on their house. Without hesitation, Alex gives his mother everything he has saved for college and from his part-time jobs, which is only enough for a couple of months. The guy is furious at his mother's employer for putting them in this situation. Additionally, the admission deadline is approaching, and money for the semester is urgently needed. Then, Alex recalls the dark web. Gaining access is not easy, and the first task is to steal a credit card number. To do this, Alex creates a fake online store, and a bully from his school is duped into entering his information there to make a purchase. This allows Alex to gain the first level of access to his account, called the Soldier. With this access, Alex begins reselling items. He doesn't ponder why these items are available on the dark web for much less than in stores. He buys and then places ads for laptops, jewelry, watches, and phones, all of which generate substantial income. In just 1 month, he earns more money than he had in 4 years. Once he has saved enough money, he moves to Toronto, where his expenditures increase. Consequently, his earnings must also rise, especially since he is now supporting his parents as well. Alex escalates his operations by using fake documents to sell more expensive items. He has to be more cautious, as the police in the big city are more vigilant in monitoring the black market. But since no one recognizes him in the stores where such goods are purchased, Alex quickly faces rejection. A stranger notices his struggles and approaches him with an offer to sell his goods for a commission on the deal. It's risky to trust the first person who approaches you on the street, but Alex, unwilling to leave without money, decides to take the risk. His instinct doesn't fail him. The money ends up in his pocket, and their partnership turns out to be lucrative. The cunning and sociable man has many useful contacts, and he and Alex start working together, selling more and more goods. The man instructs Alex on how to interact with participants in the black market, including police officers, whose goodwill is crucial for their success. The duo makes special offers to them. Meanwhile, Zed launches another attack on the banking system, sending out a new message. In it, he equates bankers who sell people predatory loans to drug dealers and criminals. These words resonate with Alex because his parents have been burdened by mortgages their entire lives, and it is for their sake that he is engaged in this risky business. The guy decides to permanently give up his university studies and takes on a Robin Hood-like mission, launching attacks on the morally corrupt wealthy with the help of Psy's contacts. They obtain an unlimited credit card from one of them, and with the aid of fake passports and disguises, they withdraw a large sum of money from his bank account. Despite the audacity of the plan, their actions remain unpunished. While Psy spends his time in nightclubs, Alex is haunted by injustice and social inequality. He decides to target the very bank from which his mother was fired. On the designated day, he visits the branch disguised as a loan applicant and secretly inserts a flash drive into the system unit of one of the computers. The computer starts to malfunction, and Alex is about to leave, but this time, things do not go as smoothly. His plan is discovered, and the head of bank security threatens Alex with the police and a severe prison sentence if he doesn't reveal where he got the flash drive containing the virus. Not wanting to expose the dark web source, the hacker responds by offering to make a deal. He will fix the vulnerabilities in their system, and the bank will be able to present the whole story as an internal security check without damaging their reputation with customers. For his efforts, the bank will drop all claims against Alex. This strategy works, and what's more, Alex becomes well known on the dark web because he successfully bypassed a very sophisticated security system. Even Zed himself acknowledges it. A few days later, Alex receives a message from a female hacker on the dark web. Sai wants to help improve his friend's personal life and arranges a date with Kira on his behalf. She reveals nothing about herself and simply listens to the guy's stories. The girl turns out to be more experienced in hacking and understands the importance of maintaining anonymity. They discuss Zed, and Alex becomes enthusiastic about the prospect of meeting him. Kira joins him to embark on more ambitious projects. They acquire more fake passports and credit cards, expensive goods, and wealthy customers. After some time, Sai begins to question the girl's connections. From the deals in her context, she has made money far too easily, and he grows increasingly distrustful of the new team member. What if she's an informant in disguise? One day, Kira suggests that Alex leave Sai in Toronto and go with her to Hong Kong, where the opportunities to earn money are greater. Alex invites Roosevelt, the man who gave him his first job on the dark web, to a private meeting. The guy thanks Roosevelt and inquires about Kira, but Roosevelt has heard nothing about her, raising suspicions. The relationship between Sai and Kira worsens. He disapproves of her risky style, which includes building up sales and choosing untrustworthy customers. They arrive at a site with a whole truckload of goods when Kira and Sai have an argument during the negotiations. The buyers also become nervous and draw their guns. Sai and Kira apologize to each other for their quick tempers, and Kira reveals that she tried to sell goods to gangsters. They don't appreciate their time being wasted. Concerned for the safety of their business in Toronto, the trio relocates to Hong Kong. Alex hopes for a change after the move, but things remain the same. The relationship between them stays tense, and though they now have plenty of money, Alex feels his life lacks purpose and a meaningful project. Additionally, the team starts to become careless, and Alex sometimes forgets to check his credit card before shopping. In one incident, when they try to pay, the bank immediately alerts the salesman about suspected fraud, forcing the trio to hastily leave the scene. Sai shows no interest in changing the world, unlike his interests in partying and women. On his birthday, he starts a brawl in a club, resulting in their arrest. He later attempts to reconcile by rashly using the unlimited credit card he had previously stolen in Toronto. This irresponsible act is the final straw for Alex. He loses his patience and severs all ties with Sai. Alex continues collaborating with Kira, withdrawing cash from ATMs and leaving dark web business cards at the scenes. After stealing over $2.5 million this way, they make international headlines. Subsequently, the duo decides to move again to stay ahead of their pursuers. Kira suggests they quit, as they have enough money to last a long time, but Alex cannot stop. He is driven to continue taking revenge on banks and corporations. Kira has different life aspirations, and she interrupts Alex's passionate speech about revenge with a kiss. Their moment is abruptly cut short by a message from Zed himself, who commends Alex and grants him the highest status on the dark web. Seizing the opportunity, Alex arranges a private meeting with his boss. They then receive a call from an unlisted number, and along with Kira, head to meet a man in a wheelchair, his body covered with scars, who warns them that by agreeing to work for him, they become his property. There's no room for errors. Not only is Alex at risk, but all his loved ones are in danger as well. After their meeting, Alex receives a call from Sai, who wants to resume working with the team and promises to change. Sai waits for Alex and Kira in their hotel room, but never gets the chance to meet them. He is tracked down by the bodyguards of a Colombian man, from whose stolen credit card Sai had recently withdrawn money. When Alex and Kira return home, they find their friend murdered. Kira prevents a shocked Alex from calling the police and an ambulance. They decide it's time to go into hiding once more, with New York as their next destination. There, they continue to work on projects for Zed. They upload news and footage of the assassination of a senator responsible for stock market legislation. This causes the stock market to crash, enabling Zed to buy stocks at a low price. As it turns out, the murder was staged, and when the market recovers, Zed profits immensely. Although Zed pays them generously for their efforts, Alex and Kira are kidnapped by masked men while heading home. Alex wakes up alone and is unable to contact either his girlfriend or his boss. He travels to Bangkok, where he and Kira had agreed to meet if anything went wrong unexpectedly. Unable to find her at the designated spot, he calls his mother, promising to return home in 2 days. Alex goes to an internet cafe and discovers that access to the dark web is blocked. The news reports that Zed has been arrested and his right-hand woman, Kira, was killed during the arrest. Meanwhile, the card he uses to pay for the session is blocked, and the cashier receives a call from the bank. Alex struggles to believe Kira is dead, but before he can investigate any clues she might have left behind indicating she's alive, the police arrive and arrest him. He is charged with fraud and sent to serve his sentence in a Thai prison. He finds himself completely isolated from the world, and the uncertainty and loneliness drive him to the brink of insanity. Trapped in a cell, Alex starts to reflect on his life. He reads extensively and gradually shifts his perspectives and priorities. The thought of his mother, who is waiting for him, keeps him going. 2 years later, he is released without ever finding out that he was incarcerated under a false identity. As he leaves, he encounters Kira, who is alive and well. She had once been arrested herself and made a deal with the police. Afterwards, she went undercover and used Alex to get closer to Zed. However, she began to develop genuine feelings for Alex and truly wanted to escape with him, away from both the authorities and Zed. But law enforcement intervened first, capturing them and kidnapping Alex. Kira hands Alex his real passport to ensure there are no questions about his criminal record at the border. This gives the hacker a second chance to live his life as an honest man.